Hey, and welcome back. So, last video I was talking about the CRM. So we've deployed two CRMs for people. Very customized CRMs. I wouldn't necessarily call them CRMs. They're very workflow. They're very specific to that sales operation. And this is just talking about one of the workflows. So we have this concept. We have a data bound concept. So we have a data bound. So we're following a lead. So a lead, I think everyone knows what a lead is. And this one is a LinkedIn automation campaign. So here the idea is that the you know the user has received a sent out a series of automated LinkedIn messages and they've got a response. So they send another message and then they wait for a response from the user. So in this case, there's there's an idea. So the starting point of this is when they send a message and they're going to try to achieve an objective. So LinkedIn follow up. So first thing that happens is they receive an event. Um, the lead is receives an event. Has the user responded or not? So if they've checked in or received a response, they can just say yes, I've seen a response. Or the other thing that's happening here is it's waiting for 2 days. So the idea is there's 2 days. If this happens before the either response or the salesperson has clicked the option to say there's been a response, it'll move down to this next line. This next line will go into a decision. Did the user respond? So they'll have a simple form that they need to fill out, yes or no. So yes will take us one path, no will take us down to the reminding path. So we'll remind in LinkedIn, remind the user about the site. This is at this point it's not using RPA and LinkedIn doesn't have the APIs, so this is just following this human kind of interaction process, but being able to remind the salesperson that what they need to do and where they're up to. So they remind the user about the site. Once again, we wait again. Did they respond? Did they not respond? So we wait 2 days. If not, we move on. We just get the salesperson to forcefully check it after 2 days. They'll have an option again, yes or no, no, boom. That's the end of it. We stop hassling that user. It's too early on the stage. We don't know the value of that user, so we're not going to spend a lot of effort following up on that single user. Here, so let's say we've gone the yes path, or we've triggered the event that says yes, so it happened in less than 2 days. We trigger the event, and this goes into the yes path, and now they're going to attempt to. They've had a few interactions with this customer now, so they're going to attempt to book a meeting. They're going to send them like a calendar or some other kind of monitor calendar event booking. Attempt to do the booking. Have they responded? So in this case, we're going to wait 7 days. If they do not respond, we're going to keep following this on, send them a reminder to book the event, and that's the end of it. We're not going to push really hard. I mean, at this point, of course, this is just version 1, so we may go for yes, no, positive response, negative response. We can increase these path checks. Once they've responded, then we're just going to end the path, the workflow, and we set the booking reminder. Send a booking reminder, and then we're just going to call it done. And then at that point, we're not really going to put too much effort to follow up unless it comes up. Here we've confirmed, we've set, okay, so we've got the booking reminder. This is just to refresh the salesperson, so the idea here is yes, it just tells them it's complete. We don't need to do a reminder, and the booking should have happened. So yeah, once again, this is a workflow that is specifically designed for this LinkedIn interaction. It doesn't account for value of the customer or how much to spend on it. So we're trying to keep this fairly light interaction for now. But as we see value of different customers and the value of a meeting, how long that meeting should be, we will tweak and change the aggressive nature of this. If the value increases, we'll also, instead of this being necessarily like this, we'll set up an RPA bot to handle these events automatically and the responses automatically rather than a human. Um, Only we need to use sentiment analysis for this yes no decisioning point. So this is a data-bound workflow, as I mentioned. What does that mean? So let's go through the workflow, the CRM. So this is, as I said, this is a deployed CRM. It's created by metadata, workflows, and a UI designer. So in such, it's not CRM, but it's a workflow-based data system. So it's driving, the salespeople to use the workflows. So you can see we have our demo lead here, and we have our workflow. So we're just going to go through this super quickly. Um, First, we're going to start the workflow. What that does is now our workflow started. We see our event trigger. So here we've gone through. Boom, our event trigger. We have our event trigger from the user. We're not obviously going to wait 2 days for this to happen for this video. So I'm just going to hit respond to the user. And that's kind of fired off the event. So what's happened is we haven't waited 2 days. We just fired off the event. We've gone down this path and we're going to attempt to make a booking. So we can see the task here, and also we can go into our task view. So attempt to book it, we can see it's a data bound one, so we can go see the data on that. We can go edit that lead, learn more information about that, or we can just complete this task from here. So we're just going to complete this task in here, and you see it's gone away. So we've gone from here, attempt to booking, and did we get a response about booking? This is quite a short path, and that's going to be the end of the workflow. So we're going to go back to our list view, and we can see our task just went away, it refreshed itself, and we have our response to booking. So let's do that, and then that's it. That's the workflow is completed. And here we can check our workflows, so we can see here there's nothing happening. And this is from the salesperson, so they can also see what's going on and know what the paths are. There's no hidden rules, there's no complex triggers. It's just a very simple, let's follow the paths, follow the logic. Everything is labeled for the salesperson, so they need to know yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Very simple. And this is pretty common. This should be pretty readable. Maybe they cannot create it, but they definitely can read this diagram. All right, 2 days, 2 days. Here's 7 days, and that's it. Now we have something to work with our salespeople to continually improve this over time. Very very quick path. There will be obviously other ones regarding the meetings and the meeting processes. Cool, and that's it. I just wanted to give a video on that update on the CRM. Here we can see, I think last time I saw it, it's a little bit messier than this. It's starting to get cleaner and cleaner. People are using it. We can see our information of the lead. This is using Bootstrap styles. So let's go back to the edit. We can see we have our lead value, we have lead progress, so we have a couple of Kanban values here. We can look at the value here. We see our progress here, and we have our Kanban value one, which is low, medium, and high. So we can have many of these views as we want to progress the leads and edit the leads over time. And that's the other thing here is we've obviously got our calendar for viewing events. Currently, as I said with the demo, there's some older events booked. You can't see them now, they're in the past. Nothing in the list. So we'll get into the events another day. Mailbox. Mailbox is a little bit problematic. Google has changed its IMAP policy to only allow secure apps, so the default functionality will not be working in the near future because of Google's changes. And we have our calling feature. So this is active, but right now it's not making the calling recordings. So we expect to have that done in pretty quickly in a couple of days, I guess. And obviously our task screen. So just to remind you of where I'm up to. And this is all deployed. As I said, this is very little code to get this up and working. All right, I think that's it. If you want to know more about workflows, LinkedIn automation, and how to fix the sales process, let me know. Thanks for your time.